I want to also bring in Sahil Joshi on this broadcast. Sahil, what do you make of the fact that you've had the Chief Minister, the Deputy Chief Minister, now the Prime Minister issuing clearly, unequivocally an apology for the statue collapse? Do you think that this is a strategy, knowing full well the emotions, the sentiments involved with Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj?
Well, absolutely. I mean, they could clearly sense that the mood of Maharashtra was going against the government because the way things have happened. The statue which was inaugurated by Prime Minister Narendra Modi himself just 9 months before and almost 4-5 months before the Lok Sabha elections in December 2023 collapses in the first rainfall itself. And there is no possible explanation from the government side that why did it happen. Normally, the government, the BJP has been very vocal about the misgivings of the Congress government in the past, and whereas the issue of as emotive as Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, whose statue got destroyed in the first run itself, it came as a shock to the Maharashtra government. The government first tried to put it on the Indian Navy, but eventually everything is going to come on the government, because the people who were present on the day when this statue was inaugurated in December 2023, where the Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, Chief Minister Eknath Shinde, both the Deputy Chief Ministers and the then Cabinet Minister Narayan Rane, who all were present there. The BJP had a slogan, Chhatrapati ka haath chalo chale Narendra Modi ke saath. That was the slogan in Maharashtra. Looking at the slogan itself, you can clearly see that they wanted to use this particular inauguration, for the benefit in the Lok Sabha elections, and it completely came as a counter-effective because the statue collapsed within 9 months. So that is the reason why it was very clear that at the first instant, the Prime Minister coming to Maharashtra, he is going to apologize. The way it started building up, the first apology came from the BJP Mumbai chief Ashish Shelar, and he said that on behalf of the government, even though he is not part of the government, he is not a minister, he said on behalf of the government, he is apologizing to the people of Maharashtra. Then the second apology came from Ajit Pawar, the Deputy Chief Minister of Maharashtra. He also unequivocally said that he is apologizing to 13 crore people of Maharashtra. And then finally, the next apology came yesterday from the Chief Minister of Maharashtra, saying that he is apologizing to Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj because his statue got destroyed. And finally today, Prime Minister Modi, has given a clear apology. That
Sahil,
is a clear indication that, yeah.
Sahil, what I find also interesting is the fact that the Prime Minister has not just invoked Shivaji and apologized for the statue collapse, he also invoked Veer Savarkar to lash out to the Congress. So two Maharashtra icons, essentially, that he's used.
Well, Akshita, but the Savarkar issue has always been, even in the past, the Savarkar issue was used during election. I remember in 2004, then Shiv Sena, under Shiv Sena Chief Balasaheb Thackeray, had a big agitation in Mumbai and Maharashtra, asking Manishankar Aiyar not to, the allegation basically was that Manishankar Aiyar removed the planks from Andaman Nicobar, the cellular jail, and of Savarkar, and he had put Mahatma Gandhi's words at the cellular jail. Against that, there was a big agitation just before the assembly elections, but it didn't work out for Shiv Sena BJP then. Whereas, when it comes to Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, it becomes a more of an issue on which the Shiv Sena BJP has already faced a defeat in 2004 elections, when a writer called James Lane had written a book on Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, and he had mentioned some unverified gossip about Chhatrapati Shivaji and his origin. After that, there was a huge hue and cry in Maharashtra. The Congress NCP then, who was ruling Maharashtra, had clearly demanded that the centre should ban James Lane's book on Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. But then Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee had said that,
Sahil, my apologies for interrupting. I'll just bring in also some political views on this. Karti Chidambaram, Congress MP, is joining us on this broadcast. Karti, Prime Minister Modi, on the get-go, essentially starting off his speech with an apology, saying, I apologize for the collapse of the Shivaji statue. What do you make of that?
Yeah, it's fine enough. It's gracious on the Prime Minister to have apologized. But the important thing is that this brings focus into public discourse on the quality of our public infrastructure. I mean, if infrastructure, public contracts are given to people who do not build reliable and quite worthy structures, these things happen. So I'm glad that the Prime Minister has acknowledged that there has been a lapse, and I hope this will improve the quality of our public infrastructure going forward.
You've raised a very pertinent issue, but I also would like to get your reaction on what the Prime Minister said after he apologized, saying at least in our mindset, our belief, we believe in accepting our mistakes and apologizing. The Congress would never do that.
That's not true. The Congress has apologized for many things in the past. Even something as even about the emergency, Mrs. Indira Gandhi has expressed regret. So I don't want to get into politics in this. I could point out to 25 other instances where the BJP has not apologized. The Congress party is never afraid to own up to its lapses or errors. And the Prime Minister Manmohan Singh has apologized for the riots which had happened in Delhi after Mrs. Indira Gandhi's assassination. Mrs. Indira Gandhi herself has apologized for emergency. These are all major events for which the Congress has expressed regret. I can't see an equivalent from the BJP in any one of this.
Okay, Karthi Chidambaram, thank you very much for joining us here on India Today with your view, where in fact the Congress MP saying that it's completely untrue to even suggest that the Congress never in fact owns up for its mistakes. Let's also bring in right now Manish Tapse, who's joining us on this broadcast. Mr. Tapse, what's your response to the Prime Minister immediately apologizing? There were several demands from the opposition saying the Prime Minister should apologize. The get-go, he's dismissed all the politics and said, look, I apologize.
See, the Prime Minister has apologized. This is the news which has come to me. But whether the people of Maharashtra accept his apology or does it absolve his government of the crime that it has committed against our historical leader, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, a statue which was earlier sanctioned for 6 feet has been increased to 35 feet without the approval of the concerned authority. The work order was issued before the tender was floated. So many lapses in the administrative procedure. Money has exchanged hands. The sculptor was just a 24-year-old boy. I don't know what prior experience he had. And how did the Navy appoint this young person who did not have this kind of a requisite experience in doing such a great work? So all these things need to be answered. Apology is one part. Accepting your folly is another part. He has not accepted the blatant mistakes that government has done.
Apologizing, Mr. Tapse, if he's apologizing, if he's apologizing, it's essentially an admission that yes, we made a mistake.
Is this government going to take action against the erring PWD officials who did not see the structural validity? How the height of the statue was increased from 6 feet to 35 feet without the approval of the government of Maharashtra? Why a structural audit was not done? Who is responsible for this? Apology is one part, but are you allowing the people who under whose very nose this thing happened to go scot-free? What kind of governance is this? You're not holding anybody accountable for it.
No, so the counter from the government is, Mr. Tapse, that an investigation is underway. A structural consultant has already been arrested.
The sculptor is lost. He is not to be found. The sculptor, the 24-year-old person is not to be found anywhere. The police are unaware about his origins. They don't know where he is. And what about the PWD officials who have given the permission? How did the permission, how did the work order be issued before the tender was floated? This is the first question. And who gave the permission to give the work order without the tender? Are you going to straight away hold that PWD officer or the minister in charge or the guardian minister or the collector or the divisional commissioner in that particular area responsible for this? Are you going to take proper administrative actions for this? Then your apology has some meaning. Otherwise, it's just a cover-up. But I'm telling you, the people of Maharashtra will never forgive Eknath Shinde government and will not accept the apology offered by the Honorable Prime Minister.
Okay, Mahesh Tapse, thank you for joining us here on India Today. So you heard there from the opposition, they're saying that the people of Maharashtra will not accept this apology and that the government must walk the talk and ensure that all those who are to be held accountable for the statue collapse are pulled up. So we'll see, of course, how that plays out. But politically, the repercussions of the statue collapse are huge, and that's why perhaps you've got the string of apologies coming in. Even Prime Minister Modi starting off his speech in Palghar with an apology, talking about how much Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj actually means to him. All right, Vijay Wadatiwar of the Congress joining us on this broadcast. Sir, your reaction to the Prime Minister's speech. He started off his speech by issuing an apology for the statue collapse. The Congress has been demanding that the Prime Minister apologize. He's done exactly that.
ये तो स्पष्ट है कि मोदी साहब ने माफी मांगी, पर ये सब स्टैचू खड़ा होके ये कोलैप्स हुआ, इसका प्रायश्चित तो कौन लेगा? माफी मांगने से महाराष्ट्र सरकार की गलतियों के वजह से महाराष्ट्र के स्वाभिमान को ठेस पहुंची है। महाराष्ट्र की अस्मिता और महाराष्ट्र के स्वाभिमान के रूप में हम लोग छत्रपति शिवाजी महाराज को देखते हैं। शिवाजी महाराज ये हमारे भगवान के रूप में हम लोग देखते हैं। इस स्थिति में प्राइम मिनिस्टर जी ने माफी मांगी। अगर वो ये कह देते इसका प्रायश्चित लेकर स्टेट गवर्नमेंट ने रिजाइन करना चाहिए, स्टेट गवर्नमेंट बर्खास्त करनी चाहिए, क्योंकि ये माफी मांगने तक का ये सब्जेक्ट नहीं है, ये इशू नहीं है।
नहीं, पर आपने विजय वडेट्टीवार जी, आप तो वही मांग रहे थे कि प्रधानमंत्री अभी माफी मांगे, तो प्रधानमंत्री वो किया है, और अगर माफी मांग रहे हैं तो वही मतलब है कि अकाउंटेबिलिटी ले रहे हैं।
नहीं, देखिए, माफी मांगे हैं, हम प्रधानमंत्री जी का बड़ेपन है, हम उसका स्वागत ही करते हैं, पर इसके आगे बढ़कर देखो, आपको भी पता है कि ये महाराष्ट्र में इसी के साथ में महाराष्ट्र में बच्चियों के ऊपर सबसे ज्यादा अत्याचार हो रहे, उसी को लेकर तो उन्होंने कुछ नहीं बोला। वही प्राय हमारे प्रेसिडेंट जी, हमारे महामहिम राष्ट्रपति जी, उनको दुख होता है कि पश्चिम बंगाल पे घटना होती है तो उनको दुख होता है, तो महाराष्ट्र के बारे में क्यों नहीं होता? क्योंकि वहां पे उनकी सरकार ही करके यूपी के बारे में नहीं होता है। तो ये जो बातें हैं, मैं इसमें जोड़कर यही कहूंगा कि उनका बड़प्पन है, उन्होंने माफी मांगी, हम उनका स्वागत करते हैं, और उसी को जोड़कर हम ये बताना चाहते हैं कि अगर स्टेट में ये सरकार के ऊपर कार्रवाई करने की बात भी कहते तो महाराष्ट्र को जनता को बड़ा ये मिलता कि नहीं, कि प्राइम मिनिस्टर गलती करने वालों को छोड़ते नहीं है, ये भी एक मैसेज जाता।
जी, विजय वडेट्टीवार जी, बहुत धन्यवाद हमसे बात करने के लिए। The demand here is for accountability, saying that yes, an apology is coming, but what about action? Varis Pathan of AIMIM is also joining us on this broadcast. Mr. Pathan, you had the Prime Minister apologizing for the collapse of the Shivaji statue and saying very, very clearly that we revere Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, and this, what happened, is something that I personally apologize for. Your reaction?
Well, the apology has come after a long time. What accountability have they taken? This happened prior to the Lok Sabha elections. In a hurry, they unveiled the statue of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, a top, most respectable leader of our country. And you just spend taxpayers' money and you make a statue and you say that because the winds were flowing so high that it got this. So this is highly deplorable. The BJP, the triple engine Sarkar in Maharashtra has totally failed in protecting the values and sentiments of the Maharashtrians as well as all over India. People respect Shivaji Maharaj like anything, and you are doing such thing. And now what will happen? You will just say 2-3 officers are suspended. But why? Why were you in a hurry? Why can't you take steps to ensure that such things don't happen? What steps has the government taken? Now Prime Minister...
No, what steps are you expecting? What steps are you expecting, Mr. Varis Pathan? Because the government says, look, we're investigating. We're investigating who's responsible for upkeep and maintenance. The structural consultant has already been taken into custody. You've got the Chief Minister, the Prime Minister, the Deputy Chief Minister, all apologizing.
No, the first and foremost thing that why were they in a hurry to unveil a statue of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj by spending so much of taxpayer money, and you did not take care to see to it that it should be a well-made structure. You cannot just go on with this. This is lethargy on the part of the state government. It's a failure of the triple engine Sarkar of the government, and after that you come and you say, we apologize for whatever has happened. Now, what is accountability? If you don't fix accountability on the government or the people who are responsible, there is no guarantee that in future such kind of things won't happen. You have hurt the emotions of several Maharashtrians, several people in the country. So mere by apologizing, what are you going to say? This is nothing but is an afterthought, and I would say that the state government is responsible, and strict action must be taken against those people who are responsible for this action.
Okay, you're calling the apology an afterthought. Waris Pathan, thank you very much for joining us here on India Today. So we've given you, of course, a plethora of political reactions on this big story with the Prime Minister starting off his speech in Palghar with an apology for the collapse of the Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj statue in Raigad. That's triggered, of course, a political fight, as you just made out, with most of the opposition saying, okay, you've apologized, but what about accountability now?